Hey guys, Ultra Magnus here, and I gotta tell you, I am super stoked. I'm super excited. I found something this afternoon that I thought was gone. I was digging through a box, and I happened to find some Transformers from when I moved to my new house here, and I was missing a few of them. There were three in particular that I've been looking for. That I thought was in a box that got lost. One was Rodimus Major, I think. It's where basically Rodimus turns into a pickup truck, which I still haven't found that guy, and that kind of upsets me. I was hoping he was going to be in this box, but he wasn't. But also was my Beast Wars Megatron figure, which was very nice to find him as well. But the one I was ecstatic to see back, Ultra Magnus. This is my reissue Ultra Magnus figure. You can tell because he has the gigantic missiles on him, and yeah, I was totally stoked to find this guy. I thought it was gone. I thought I'd lost him, and I was kind of upset about it. And he's a little dusty, but he's looking real smooth, looking real cool. So I figured, you know what, I want to take a look at him. I'm so ecstatic. Now, the thing that stinks, I'm missing the little white guy's fists. I'm sure they're somewhere. If I found him, I'm sure the other's somewhere around the house too. So I'll just have to look for it. But that's okay because I like him in this mode. This is the mode that I always keep him in, and he looks cool in, and he's just utterly badass. So yeah, Ultra Magnus. Probably my favorite character out of Transformers the movie, out of the new figures. Robert Stack did a fantastic job as Ultra Magnus, and he was a great second in command. You know, he's city commander. He was in charge of Autobot City, but he's a really good go-to guy. He was the next Prime. I mean, he literally was. Hot Rod pretty much bent him out of the job, I think, because Ultra Magnus definitely should have been the next Prime. You know, it should have been, I don't know what, probably Magnus Prime. And yeah, he just missed the job, which really kind of stinks. But yeah, this is a very cool figure. It's the reissue of the G1 figure, which was basically Optimus Prime figure that was white, and then he transforms in with his trailer, and I really like that. I've always liked the fact that his trailer turned into his body, so you actually had a nice combination. You know, he's very limited on his what he can do. This is always fun. I always like doing this. Take these two out. Oh yeah! Oh, step into a Slim Jim. I don't know why that makes always amused me. I don't know why. I lost the missile. Oh no. Yeah, so very cool. I've always dug the colors on this guy. It always looks really cool. Head obviously doesn't move, zero articulation there. He's pretty much just a brick standing there, and he's got these like roller skates going on down here, which I always thought was kind of funny. But he definitely looks good sitting in the sitting on the shelf for sure. No articulation in the legs whatsoever. They just kind of stand there. But he is nice. He's large. He's a very good-sized figure, and I had him in Galvatron. Those were the two out of the new series toys, and I want to get the purple Galvatron reissued, the Takara reissued purple one. I think that'd be pretty darn cool. But yeah, transforming him is super darn easy. You basically just pull Optimus, essentially, out of the trailer. And we'll take him off, and there he is. There, I mean, it's pretty much just an Optimus Prime figure that you're going to pop. Now, the one thing I do like about this version with the short stacks, because they cut the stacks on the reissue, when you put him in Ultra Magnus mode, you don't see those, and that actually is kind of nice. And I wish I can find these little hands. I'll eventually find them. Now, his face, he's got the red eyes and the blue mask and all that kind of stuff, which is kind of funny because when I first got this reissue figure, I was like, whoa, wait a minute, this guy's different. because I had a variant as a kid, and I wish I knew that, otherwise I never ever would have got rid of it. The one I had a completely white face. It had no blue on it. It had no red eyes. It was just flat out. It was a white face, and that's a variance that I didn't know about, and I wish to goodness that I had kept it. But yeah, so there he is in his little Optimus Prime mode, Little Prime, as Grimlock used to call him. And you just, of course, you know, everybody knows how to transform Optimus Prime. He's pretty easy. Just kind of click, click, and then that comes up, comes up. This thing hasn't been transformed in a while. So yep, there he is in truck mode, cab mode, whatever you want to call it. Looking all cab-like. Put him over to the side for a second, and then of course I'm gonna pull these little missiles off. We'll do that first. Take his gun out of his hand, and then basically, well, you get these parts too. His crotch comes off, and that's what's going to be the hitch. I just thought that was kind of interesting. And then you've got this part that comes off. I'm not going to pull it off because I'm going to put him back into vehicle mode or robot mode here in a minute. But you just kind of slap those down. You're going to bring those back. These parts are going to go up. Chink. And then we have that there. And then you're going to flip those little pieces so they got place for those to go. There's his little trailer that always looks really, really darn cool. And then underneath, down here, you're going to put the hitch on. Just simply slide it like that. And he attaches like that, and there he is. Ultra Magnus, looking all kinds of awesome with these big old Autobot logos, looking really, really darn cool. And then, of course, you can stick your missiles up here on the top, like he had in the show. Now, the coolest thing I always liked in the, yep, so there he is. The coolest thing I always liked about this guy in the Transformers the movie, in one of the animated scenes, animatics, on one of the DVD versions, they show, because you can put Autobots on here, like Sunstreaker and Sideswipe, all those guys. But the cool thing was it showed Magnus was fighting Devastator, or confronting Devastator, I guess. And then he rolls out in this truck mode and essentially unloads the Autobots off of the trailer, and they all attack. And I just thought that was the coolest concept for this guy, and I really, really wish that they had kept that in the film. I thought that would have been really, really cool, but it just didn't. It just didn't stay. Yeah. So there he is back in robot. Oh, look, got the missile upside down. Back in robot mode. Halfway there. Put old Mini Prime is basically half transformed. Kind of keep it down, and of course his little headlamps go into it. It's actually pretty ingenious they did this. Of course, this was a Diaclone figure. He was actually part of those originals. Of the Transformers that had come out. And see how, yeah, you just don't see those. You little tiny Prime head. So he had different colors, but he was one of the original figures. Transformers. He just kind of showed up later in the show, which is fine. He's just one of my absolute favorites. I love this guy. I always thought he was pretty decently show accurate for that generation of toy line. And just for comparison, here is Transformers animated Ultra Magnus with his G1 counterpart. Ta-da! So they're actually really about the same size, which is very, very cool. You can definitely see the similarities. This one's a lot darker and grittier than this one is, but you can definitely see where it came from. And I love how he's in charge of the Autobots in Transformers Animated, which was very, very cool. So yeah, there he is. Great find. I was ecstatic to see him. So I figured I'd go ahead and show him off and talk about him, and just real happy to see him. Hopefully I will be able to find my Rodimus figure, and I'll do one on the Beast Wars Megatron here at some point as well. So there he is. Thanks for watching, guys. Ultra Magnus.